My name is Roy. I work with transporting cargo and various things, and I've been working for over 25 years. I just enjoy my job so much. I really enjoy being able to watch people, as they board the plane. It's kind of cool. And then also you get to see so many different types of airplanes that are coming in all day and all night. When I started working at this job, there was 2 or 3 other deaf people. We all got hired at the same time. We had 2 interpreters. When I was on the ramp, they would explain everything that I needed to do for my job, but then after that I didn't have any interpreters. So if I went to a meeting, like a stand-up or something, there was no interpreter there. Well, they would, talk about safety for an hour. It didn't feel right to me. I felt like I really needed the interpreter so that everything would make sense. It's not going to be safe when you go out onto the ramp, and maybe people don't understand exactly how to keep themselves safe, and the job becomes higher risk. My coworker came up to me and said I was supposed to move some equipment, and I wasn't clear as to why I was supposed to move it. It was really frustrating because when he came up to me and started yelling at me, I didn't quite understand what was happening. The other person came up and he said, "F you," and then I grabbed him, and it wasn't like I punched him, I just grabbed him, and then the other guy fell down on the ground. We had a meeting with HR. During the meeting, I wasn't able to say everything I wanted to say. I had to rely on my union representative to say everything for me. And I wasn't happy about that because there wasn't an interpreter there, so I couldn't really make sure that my points were stated. And then the discrimination kept happening, and then I was fired after that.
I got to know Roy a little bit and hear about his life and about his story at work and about what happened to him at work. The fact that he was such a good and loyal worker there for 20 plus years makes it even more unfair that he was terminated for something that was really not his fault and was more due to a miscommunication that could have been easily avoided had the employer provided interpretation services. I think for a lot of workers, getting fired is the disastrous event that is hard to come back from. But in Roy's case, he was a really loyal, hardworking guy and really liked his job and wanted to continue doing it. So we were really pleased when we were able to send the demand letter and quickly get him his job back. It was an opportunity for us as an organization to make a big change in someone's life at a key moment.
I got the phone call that I was going to go back to work. I was super excited. I was very surprised. And I was also going to get 7 months worth of back pay. That was nice. And so I feel really happy. I'm very, very lucky that I didn't have to pay for a lawyer.
One of the great things about this case is that through the settlement that we reached with Roy's employer, they're going to make changes to the way they operate in multiple airports throughout California. Many people may not realize, but a lot of deaf workers are uniquely positioned to work at the airport because it is a very noisy environment. And most workers actually are wearing earplugs or headphones to cancel out the noise. They're going to start providing ASL interpretation for deaf people at those airports. And that's really exciting and really cool that we were able to get the employer to make those changes across the board in a big way that's going to have an impact on multiple workers beyond just Roy.
I'm very happy because if it wouldn't have been for my case, the other deaf people wouldn't have had an interpreter, so I'm happy it's going to happen now. And if legal aid at work wasn't there for me, I would have just given up. And I really felt empowered during the whole experience, so I'm really thankful for everybody here at Legal Aid at Work for all their help.